Welcome to Basic Training. So before we actually start drawing, and you've learned a lot of theory and you have looked at some videos, I wanted to make sure that I'm not assuming that you know how to actually even draw a line. And I have to make this assumption because this is a beginner class. Now, if you know how to draw a line, that's fine. But the thing about drawing lines and doing perspective is that you're going to have a lot of them. And so we're slowly going to build up the idea of drawing a line. Now, the program that I'm using for this is called Mischief. And the reason why I'm using Mischief is because it does not have any sort of perspective tool that you will see in the examples. You still can open PSD files in this program, but that's irrelevant. This is the closest that I can get to drawing on paper. So let's look at making a line. And by the way, I am using a line tool. So for those of you on paper, use a ruler. So what we're going to do is just connect lines. So I want you to take a piece of paper, put some dots all over the paper. Put as many or as few as you want. And what I want you to do is I want you to start with one dot as your starting point. You can even mark it off with an X if you want. And you're just going to connect the dots from this starting point. Take your time when you do this. So if you want to pause this, because I want you to follow along with me with this. This is very important. And just connect. This is what we're going to do. We're just going to connect this. And what I want you to do is to train your hand and eye coordination to connect to your vanishing point. This is just one vanishing point that we are doing. And I just want you to connect all of these. So let's try this again. Now with Mischief, okay, let me tell you a few things about this program before I go on. The reason why this program has been quite incredible, and I caught this on a sale. I don't know how much it is now. It was like $25, I think, when I bought it, as of maybe in February or something. But I want you to check this line out. Look at this. It's essentially a vector line. And that is crazy. Look at that. Look at how far I zoomed into that line. Just insane. But anyway, I digress. Oh, and by the way, if you wanted to, you can actually draw on top of this line. Crazy program. And really the pencil tool is very much like drawing in pencil. But anyway, let us go back. And so what I can do now is I can just move this over to the side. So what I want to do right now is let's take one line and let's draw it straight across, and this will be our horizon line. And so what we're going to do now is I want to start making some dots. I don't want to go past the horizon line. And we could just make them anywhere. So now what I want to do is take these dots, and I want to not mess up. And I just want to make a series of vertical lines. And that's all I want to do is make vertical lines. I want to make them as straight as possible, by the way. And these are not super duper straight. But take your time and please make these as straight as you possibly can. And that's all I want to do. Let's just make some straight lines. That's it. Just going to fill up your paper until you've made your straight lines. And you can even make some crossover. Make sure that a few of them go above and below the line. I want some above, some below. This one's really, really below. Make them of different lengths and height. I want you to make that decision on where these lines should go. It doesn't have to look exactly like this. As a matter of fact, I would prefer if you don't make your page look exactly like this. Just choose some random lines. I want you to start making decisions as an artist. So there we go. We have these lines. So there's a top of the line, there's a bottom of the line. And what I want you to do is do exactly what we did in the last exercise. Draw right here. Then I want you to take that same point and I want you to connect these lines. I don't want you to worry about making shapes. I know some of you may want to skip ahead and start making boxes, but that's not what I want you to do. I want you to try to find the vanishing point and the end point amidst all of this chaos that we are going to make. And so we're just going to line this up. Take your time. Use your ruler. Please use the ruler. There's no reason for you not to use a ruler on your paper. If you're drawing digital and you're using a line tool and you want to practice this in digital, then please go right ahead and do that. Look at all that beautiful chaos we have here. And I'm overlapping lines. And that's what I want to do. And by the way, if you want to take your angle from the line and go back to the vanishing point or to, it makes no difference. This is all about how you are presenting. And I want you to practice this. I would like to see if you are, I know that most of you feel pretty confident in it, but if you look up here, my lines are not perfect, which I definitely should have to clean these up. But now what we're going to do, another vanishing point. So actually, let me give you specific instructions. So I have right over here, I just want you to make lines, and I want you to do one from the left side. I'll put a big L over here. And then I want you to do from the right side. Let me see if I can make probably one of those ancient Greek Roman looking R's. And so I want you to reverse it and go back the other way, but I want you to erase this. I want you to start on an entirely new sheet of paper. So we are going to do 10 left, 10 right. So 10 left, just like I showed you right here. That's your homework. And then I want you to do 10 right. And right here, I want you to do 10 of these from left. And then you're going to do 10 of these for right. So now what I want you to do is to take the same exercise. After you've done your 10 left, your 10 right, we're going to go ahead and make these lines. Let's see, that's a little crooked. Make them of different lengths. And you guessed it, we're going to connect from here, from the left to that vanishing point, and then we're going to connect the right to that vanishing point. And that's all I want you to do. I just want you to do these vanishing points, just from left to right. That's it. That's all I want you to do. I don't want you to try to make a box or anything. I do not want you to try to do that. So I just want it to look this way. And if you can, remember to do all of your boxes, or not your boxes, remember to do all of your vanishing point exercises to where you're doing this, where you're doing one line at a time. And it's going to get really messy, and it's going to get really, really, it'll be beautiful, actually. I like this, but it's just a fun exercise to do, because what I'm just trying to do is train your eye. As I said, perspective. And see, I'm not even following my own advice. How terrible of me. Do not make the box. Just concentrate on throwing your initial lines to the vanishing point. And though it may be tempting, even for those of you that already know how to do this, because I know there's some of you that know how to do this, might be super tempting, but do not. All right, and we're going to finish this up. So, whoops. By the way, you can erase. It's okay to erase. And so I think I got, wait, there's that last one up there. So I do want to get that one. And that's what your page should look. Oh, wait, okay. I know, because I know some of you said, wait, you missed one. So this is what your page should look like. So I want another 10 of these. So we'll do the Roman numeral X for 10, because I'm still on the line tool. So we're going to do, and so yes, I want 10 of those. And by the way, you don't have to do these all in one day. You can. I mean, it doesn't really, it's the more that you do these exercises, the better off that you will be. And then if you want to go through a set of 10, do a set of 10, and then do another, then do a set of 20. Because you're going to be drawing this stuff a lot. Throughout your artistic career, you will be making so many of these that it'll just become second nature to you. So what I want you to do now is this, for our basic training, is I want you to make 3 lines of different sizes. I want them to cut through the horizon line. And then I want you to do the same exercise, but I just only want you to have 3 of these. And so here is how this exercise is going to work. So you got 3 of these, and I know it looks a little strange and messy. And then I want you to do 3, cut through the lines, 4, and so I think you can kind of understand what's going on here. So you're going to do 3, 4, 5, and 6, right? So we got 3, 4, 5, and 6 like this. So this will be this line right here. Then, and I'm not just giving you busy work, there's a reason for this. Then I want you to take 3 lines above the line, all of different heights. I do not want it to touch the horizon line. You can get close to it if you want. And I want these to go 3, 4, 5, and 6. And this shouldn't take you long at all. So I want this above the horizon line. If they overlap, that's great. If they don't overlap, that's fine too. And I went past the vanishing point there, so that line would be off. So we're going to do that. And then you're going to do the same thing below the horizon line. 3, 4, and 5. And please try to make these lines a lot straighter than I just made them. So let's just make a straight line here. Because believe it or not, I'm actually doing this with a mouse. Be a lot better if I would actually probably use the pen tool. So yes, if you need a tablet to actually do this, but I just happen to have the mouse on me. I mean, that is if you're working digitally, by the way. If you're not working digitally and you are working on paper, which I want you to do this on paper, then you got the ruler or a straight edge. Any sort of straight edge works. It doesn't necessarily, you don't have to go out and buy a ruler. There's got to be some sort of straight edge. You can get an index card and just with your pencil draw lightly. You can draw, there's some straight edge around your house. And besides, I'm hoping. And besides, not only that, but a wooden ruler. I got one at the dollar store. I just picked one up. I got one of these little old school rulers and it is 45 cents. So there you go. Old school ruler. So now we are done with part 1 of our basic training. And this is part 1, and this is all about lines. So I want you just to practice lines until you get really, really comfortable with drawing them. And if you feel like your lines are off or that you're lacking in something, then what I want you to do is just continue to practice that. Just do these initial lines right here. Do not make boxes just yet. So I will see you in the next lesson.